I remember sitting in a classroom 13 years ago ready to start kindergarten, eager to learn the English alphabet and how to count to 100. I thought I was going to have a great time. I soon realized all the other kids could communicate and speak English quite fluently for their age, and then there was me, still struggling to introduce myself to the class. 9 years ago, I received my OC, Opportunity Class, placement results to find myself scoring less than 200. Both my parents are Chinese migrants, coming to Australia to provide the next generation, me, with the opportunity for a bright future. They are uneducated, and can barely speak any English. They worked as cleaners. We lived well below the poverty line, and to this day my parents earn well below what the average Australian earns each year. 7 years ago, I received my selective school placement results and found that I had miraculously been offered a place at Sydney Boys High School, an institution well known for nurturing boys of high academic ability and sporting success. My parents were ecstatic. I had performed better than most of my peers who were brought up in high-class, wealthy families. I am now a recent graduate of Sydney High. In the higher school certificate, I achieved an ATAR of 99.85 and a state ranking. Although missing out on a 99.90 ATAR, which would have given me a scholarship, was disappointing. I am incredibly proud of my achievements, considering where I came from. And I owe this success all to my parents. They are the true high achievers. My parents are the most selfless, loving and supportive in the world. I didn't understand their sacrifices initially. I hated being poor. I hated being bullied by others because I was poor. I was one of the only Year 12 students at Sydney Boys who did not have a school blazer or jersey. My dad, despite not knowing a word of English, used a Chinese to English dictionary to help me with my homework during primary school, a task that took most students 10 minutes to complete but took me 3 hours. My dad worked countless jobs in the cleaning industry during the day and became my personal teacher during the night. During my HSC year, my dad was hospitalized and underwent multiple surgeries due to illness caused by juggling so many jobs to pay for our living expenses and for me to have a proper education in Australia. I knew that no matter what, I would never be able to repay them. Never, but that did mean I was not going to attempt to do so. And so, I took it upon myself to study as hard as possible for the HSC. I wanted them to be proud of me. I didn't procrastinate at all during this crucial year. I from resized callback, function, message data, check origin, false, #pes _iframe. I worked assiduously, trying to maximize my potential in every subject. I am not an intelligent kid. In terms of intelligence, I am probably below average. Yet, that never fazed me. You can argue that the HSC system is not beneficial for students. And you can argue that the ATAR is insignificant and should not define you. But for me it is a path to university and a stable job so that I can make sure my kids get an even better education and life.